video, we will answer what is urban geography and why is it relevant to today. Formally, urban geography can help us understand urbanization trends and their expression in urban spatial structure and how to relate these to our lives and concerns. In more simple terms, urban geography is the study of cities and other urban landscapes and any processes that might occur there. Some of these processes could be how urban spaces have interconnected relationships with fields such as culture and art or technology and economics. It could help to understand issues and relationships across cities such as those associated with race, gender, sexuality, and inequality. Urban is anything related to or a characteristic of a town or a city. Urbanization is the increase in the proportion of people living in urban areas. Urban sprawl is the uncontrolled expansion of urban areas. And lastly, urban density is the number of people inhabiting a given urbanized area. The existence of major urban areas have been predominant throughout human history, with places like ancient Rome assuming international influence. Geographers began to study this field more in depth in the early 1900s, but our group was fascinated by the work of a key thinker in particular. Doreen Massey was a celebrated scholar specializing in economic and regional geography. In her most famous publication, entitled World City, she explains that particular cities around the world have attained major international influence and are fueled by an economic engine. While many instantly think about cities such as Tokyo or New York City having world influence, our group wanted to consider the city of Toronto, which is home to the most heavily trafficked airport in Canada, niche market, expensive lifestyle, and booming economy. Urban geography and its subfields will help us understand how to face the issues of increased population growth, climate change, and sustainability. Toronto is the largest city in Canada and the fastest growing in North America. It is estimated that the population will increase from 7 million to 9.5 million by 2046. Sustainable development is an example of something that an urban geographer might study, but also an example of how urban geography studies are becoming ever so important to our world. With the urban densification and sprawl trends that we are seeing today, there is a range of environmental consequences such as air pollution, ecosystem transformations, and overuse of resources that are increasing by the minute. Some cities have even experienced urban heat island effect, which causes higher heat due to greater thermal capacity and conductivity in urban areas. It is essential that if the majority of the society wants to live in urban places, that we must create sustainable cities in order to not cause catastrophic changes to our environment. This is where urban geography comes in to inform how to create sustainable cities and therefore a sustainable world. It is essential that we continue to follow the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and to continue to perform environmental impact assessments for continued development. In the context of Canada, a sustainable Toronto could be a learning point for other urban cities in the future. About 50% of the world's population lives in cities today. By 2050, the percentage will reach 75%. Urban geography is an ever-growing practice and will be an important part of our everyday life as we move closer towards total urban living.